Hello, everyone. This is the most magnificent bird, Beak, speaking to you today. And in today's video, I'm back at it with another character review. And this character review is going to be on Gold Mythic Shiva the Destroyer, the current War of Champions Season 6 tune that only the top of the top, the best of the best factions can get, while the rest of us peasants will never be able to get her ever. And I'm one of those peasants, and honestly, she's going to be a really great tune for those that can and will get her, but it's just one of those things that the peasants are going to have to learn to live with, you know what I mean? But before now, her character profile hadn't really came into the game yet, so I didn't have really a way of doing this character review until now. And someone had asked me to do this character review. I can't remember your name exactly, but I figured I would look to see if her character profile was in the game, and what do you know? It is, so we are doing this, absolutely. And before we get started, I hope all of you are doing good and staying safe out there. I'm doing good and I'm staying safe. And just real quick, why the rating with me video was so late? It eventually uploaded, but it took so long. It's because my internet was really slow yesterday, and I don't know why that was. It wasn't raining or nothing like that. It was nice autumn weather, so I'm not really sure, and that's the reason why the video was so late getting uploaded. But anyway, let's go ahead and let's not waste any more time, and let's go ahead and jump into this, shall we? Shiva the Destroyer Kingdom. Her trait is tough. Her role is a damage dealer. And her allegiance is a member of the kingdom. Now let's take a look at her stats. Her attack stat is 28,835. That's pretty good. Her defense is 14,417, and her HP is also 14,417. Now let's take a look at her adrenaline rush. Powerful Predator. The recharge rate is 66 AP, so that's pretty much the standard for most gold mythics. Attack a line of enemies for 400% damage each. This fighter gets 50% of their max AP and 100% attack for 2 turns. So for her doing, attacking a line for 400% damage, it could be more. I think it's pretty decent. Although, she has other stuff in her kit that will perhaps maybe make that better. Especially, Shiva getting 50% of her... Yeah, Shiva getting 50% of her max AP. There's another part of her kit where, that could ultimately give her adrenaline rush potentially in a turn. So, yeah, it's not bad. She obviously is starting out with a high attack stat already at over 28,000, so she's already going to be doing pretty nice damage anyway, so I don't know if that 400% damage is going to hurt her in the long run. It actually might be okay to deal with because of the fact that she's got such a higher attack stat to start with, so that 400% damage might not be that bad, honestly. And then her getting 50% of her max AP plus 100% attack for 2 turns. I like it. I think it's pretty simple, and I do like it. I wish I could have the character, but I'll live. Ain't no big deal. You know what I mean? Only the best of the best factions are even going to have a chance to get this character, so I do like her adrenaline rush, though. I think it's pretty decent so far. So let's take a look at her signature move. Hidden Threat. The initial cooldown is turn 1. The number of cooldowns is 2 turns for the cooldown. Number of uses unlimited. This fighter gets camouflage for the rest of combat. Attack an enemy for 400% damage. Okay, so her getting camouflage for the rest of combat. Honestly, I do like that, because, I mean, you know, you got those Peacekeeper tunes, Jesus, Princess, and then you just have payback tunes. So that camouflage is definitely going to help out. So with that camouflage, she is more than likely not immediately going to be taken out. If she receives damage because of that you know, due to the payback and vengeance, she isn't necessarily going to be taken out because of that camouflage. And if she didn't have that camouflage, she would immediately be taken out. So her having that camouflage is going to be really good, depending on if you're coming up against Peacekeeper, Jesus, Princess, or any payback tunes like Negan 2000, for example. And I know there's others that I'm just not thinking of. So the combat, you know, her getting camouflage for the rest of combat, that's going to be very nice in certain situations. Plus, she's doing 400% damage. I mean, that's not too bad. I think that's okay. I do like her signature move. I don't know which one I like more. I don't know. I'm kind of equal on both I'm kind of equal on both her signature move and adrenaline rush, because they're both pretty decent. I'm not really sure, but I think both of them are pretty decent. So let's go ahead and get into her mythic abilities. Agility, 20% increase in basic attack damage. Not really going to waste too much time going into this one. Definitely level that one up. It's only going to make her basic attack damage that much better. So level that one up all the way for sure. Thrill of the Hunt. When this fighter decapitates an enemy, this fighter gets 50% of their max AP. Very interesting. Okay. So when she decapitates an enemy, she's going to get 50% of her max AP. So that's pretty interesting. If you happen to have a command on the team and she does that, and then you attack again, and then you command her, there you go. You got her adrenaline rush, which she could be doing some, she could be doing some pretty nice damage, honestly. So I would definitely level that one up, because that goes, that goes well together with her signature, her signature skill. So we will definitely get into it. So Thrill of the Hunt is one I would probably recommend leveling up, just because it goes well with her kit. Leveled Ground. At the start of each turn, 100% chance to normalize a random enemy for 1 turn. Okay, so this one, Leveled Ground, she has a 100% chance to normalize an enemy, a random enemy, for one turn. So this one is both a positive and a negative, and I'll just get the negative out of the way. Normalize is good, but it just sucks that the normalize is going to a random enemy that you might not necessarily need to be normalized. That's like the only negative about it. But other than that, I mean, it is pretty good. But like another negative I was thinking of, well, you know what? Never mind. The random enemy that gets normalized, you might not necessarily need them normalized. Yeah, that's the only negative. That's why I like Tyrese probably a little bit better in this sense, because you can target who you want him to normalize. So it isn't just going to be random. He is going to normalize one random enemy, but the other enemy you can target who you want normalized. As you've seen a lot of my Rating With Me videos, I usually target Peacekeeper, Jesus, anyone that's got the vengeance. You know, and he usually he mops the floor with them. So in that sense, I do like him a little bit better than Shiva, but her being able to normalize a random enemy for each turn, that's actually not a very bad, that's actually still a pretty good thing. So I think I would definitely recommend leveling this one up for sure. 9 lives. At the start of each turn, 100% chance this fighter gets 10% halo for each enemy with a debilitating status effect for one turn. Okay, so this one, okay, I guess it depends on what type of teams you're facing, what type of team you're building. 9 lives actually might be pretty good. So, okay, so she's going to get 10% halo for each enemy with a debilitating status effect for one turn. So, I mean, this one is like, I would say this one is personally up to your preference and depending on the team you build and the enemies that you come up against pretty normally. I would say this one is, I would say it's probably maybe worth it, but I like the other ones a lot better in my opinion. But like I said, this one could either be really, really good for you, or maybe it's not that big of a problem for you. So I would kind of, you know, this is one I would pick and choose my battles on 9 lives. So the ones I would 100% level up all the way: Agility, Thrill of the Hunt, and Leveled Ground for sure. Without a doubt, 9 lives potentially could be very good. It all depends on your situation, your team, and the teams that you come up against. So, yeah, I think she doesn't have like a bad mythic ability at all. Just that last one is kind of a, I don't know, it depends on you, whether if you really need that halo or not. Now let's go to her specialist skill, Beheading. When this fighter lands the killing blow on a target, that target is decapitated and cannot be revived. When this fighter attacks a target that has 20% HP or less, including bonus HP, the target will be immediately killed. And that's why I said that her mythic ability, Thrill of the Hunt, is actually going to go quite well with her specialist skill. So I think both of them are going to work really well together. So yeah, I like the specialist skill. It is pretty good. And, you know, most tunes, let's see, Beheading, I know that's decap. And then the second one, where if they have 20% HP or less, she's immediately going to take them out. That's execution, I believe. Yeah. So execution is great. Decap is great. Beheading, both of them are, that's just two great specialist skills put together as one. So, yeah, I can see why this character has beheading for sure. Now, let's take a look at her weapon. Shiva the Destroyer's Savage Claws. 45% attack, a huge bonus to AP when attacking, improved double attack crit up. When attacking, a 60% chance to make a second attack with 175% attack and get 40 crit for 2 turns. I was about to say 40% crit, but no, get 40 crit for 2 turns. Raging Rampage. Critical attacks will hit 3 other enemies on the same side of the battlefield for 150% damage. So there's not really much to say about this weapon. It's pretty much a near perfect weapon. The only thing that would make sense to upgrade on this weapon is go for 55% attack and leave it alone. I don't know why you would bother messing with the 3rd or 4th slot. Maybe if you only wanted the 50% attack, maybe you could take off the huge bonus to AP. Maybe if you wanted to do huge bonus to AP when being attacked. I don't know. But other than that, I would go with 55% attack and just leave it alone. And honestly, I don't have much to say other than I really love the design of Shiva. Pretty much all of the designs for all of the Shivas in the game have looked really great, and there's no exception here. This version of Shiva looks pretty freaking awesome, just as well as the other designs. Although I really do like the white Shiva. That one kind of stands out to me more than most of them because, I mean, she's white and black in the game, you know what I mean? That's pretty cool, but she's just a cool character, and her design is awesome like it always is, and I ain't got much more else to say about her other than she's going to be doing a lot of damage, and that's all I got for you guys for today. What are your thoughts on Gold Mythic Shiva the Destroyer? If you do have her, how are you enjoying her? And if you don't have her, and if you are a peasant like I am and you missed out on her, how, on a scale of 1 to 10, how sad are you about not being able to get her? I mean, honestly, I would say a 3 for me. Maybe even a 2. I mean, she would have been awesome to have, but, oh well. I got Michonne, so I'm good. So yeah, if you do have her, what do you think of her, and what are your thoughts on her? Let me know down in the comments. I want to thank each and every one of you for stopping by and for your continued support, or if you're new, welcome in for the first time. All of you are very awesome, and I thank you again. And don't forget to hit the bell and switch on all notifications so you know the second I upload to YouTube. I am Beak, and I'm gonna go fly away back to my nest. Until next time, bye guys.